Hello and welcome to another update video about oil. Yeah, it's been I think 9 days now since the last oil update, and in the last update we were down here around the 10th of Jan, and I said to you that if we hold that 77.80 level, yeah, this swing low, then we still have a possibility to put that higher C wave in that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. Remember we said wave 1 was finished here, and then we had one possibility that wave 2 finished here, and we were already coming down in wave 3. However, in the last video you will remember we stopped exactly here at the 78.6% retracement, and therefore it was basically not confirmed yet that we were breaking down directly, because it's the 78.6 fib level normally, that if you break below that, that wave B, that wave B would have become less likely, and we would have, with a higher likelihood, broken down directly. So it was still possible to put that higher C wave in, and also quite likely actually above the 78.6 fib, and that's sort of what we are doing. The other possibility here of a direct sell-off was getting unlikely as we pushed above the 78.6 fib at $85. So we are following the view. I'm going to take that out. So clarity is always good. So that we are now in this situation. Nothing that we haven't talked about before. So wave 1 down, A, B, C to the upside. And now the question is, how long does this wave C go? We talked about it before, that we could reach in this C wave this channel. And that I would also not be surprised if we break out of that channel to the upside. It would, however, have sort of bullish implications if we break out of this channel, but it would not necessarily change the trend. Yes, we would break out of this channel, but it wouldn't necessarily mean that the bear market low here was already in. I mean, remember, I always have to say it again, we hit already our long-term support area, yeah? We hit the target area. I mean, the longer time frame scenario is fulfilled. This support area was defined a year ago, yeah, and or let's say, I don't know, 9 months ago, and we've come into it. So as we reacted to it, it could very well be that the low is already in. However, the move up is not entirely impulsive, so I would rather say we are still on our way down. That's the primary expectation. Just a little bit of uncertainty here in the micro now, because the question is, how high does this C wave still go? So there are a few possibilities. We can, for example, actually I changed it into yellow, then you see it better. There you go. We can calculate that with taking the length of the A wave, going to the low of the B wave, and then we get a couple of targets actually. We get the 1-to-1 ratio is at 89.47. That is quite a strong target, the 1-to-1 ratio. And then we still have the other target, which is actually the 1.618 fib extension at $87. But then I have to say, if we do that, this wave 2 would be very strong. So I'm not necessarily too convinced. First of all, let's see if we get to 89.47. But to do that, but that's certainly the next target, 89.47 or 89.50, if we break above the last swing high here at 86.33. Now, how does the subwave structure look like for this C wave? I can tell you it could be full already. So we need to be watching for downside scenarios. It could be that this is already the first wave down of this third wave. So let's label it. Possibility is that we have enough waves to the upside. That's the benefit here of the Elliott waves, that we need to understand, do we have enough waves to the upside to confirm that this move up could be finished? That doesn't mean it has to be finished, but it means it could be finished. Yeah, we have now fulfilled minimum expectations. We have 5 waves up, which means that yes, the one scenario here suggests that we are now moving down 1, 2, and we would now move down like that. Especially as we broke below the previous wave 4 low. So that's possible. As long and likely now, as long as we stay below 87.71, above 87.71, so above that last swing high, I have to change the count, and I would have to say that small change, that this wave 4 was sitting here and the wave 5 is still to come. then possibly at the next target around that 1-to-1 ratio that I showed you, maybe even higher, but that would definitely be the next target. Yeah, I mean, we can also take another look here at the length of the wave 1, and then we go to the low of the fourth wave, and the target here would point towards 89.76, which is also realistic, which is the 1.618 extension of the wave 1. That's another way of calculating targets. So somewhere up here, yeah, just below that red resistance area, there is a likely target area to finish this move to the upside. Again, maybe it's already finished. That would be at the moment my preferred outcome. Reason is that we obviously, if we bounced off here, yeah, and will now get rejected again, that we then at least had resistance at this channel, descending trend line, and that would be confirmed if we now break below the 83.76 level, then we should be in a wave 3 of 3 to the downside. So it'll be very interesting what's going to happen next here, but for me the trend is still down. And even if we break out of this channel here, as I said, there are targets that you can look out for, watch out for, but eventually I'm currently seeing this as a C wave. Now, if we look at the 1.618 extension of the C wave, that could still go up quite substantially, but the lower level wave count suggests that the pattern is full. Again, it doesn't mean the pattern it needs to be over. It just means that from now on, the downside probability and potential increases dramatically. Again, looking at the 1.618 extension for the target of the wave C, this could still push to 97, which means we need to be ready for further upside here. But at the moment, below 87.70 pretty much, yeah, we can focus on lower. It's at least a first possible 1-2 setup. It's not confirmed yet, but it's looking interesting, especially as if we draw the fibs now, we've run basically into the 78.6 retracement, so it's a perfect time to turn around. Let's see if we do it. Certainly very interesting. Quite curious to see how this is now going to continue, and but the overall trend is still down here, and I'm still looking for overall, yeah, it doesn't really matter what happens up here. I'm still looking for further downside into the 50 region, $60 region. Okay, and that's my update about oil. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.